So, despite AllIn going down, what was it, 4-1, they have a chance to come back and win this with the ace set here. Sosa just needs to win one more match, and likewise Crux needs to win 2 matches to bring this back for Lucky 13. It's quite the collapse here. New York Mets, New York Mets. Yeah. Alright, so game number 2 of this set. In the bottom of Polar Night. We won game number 1. I'm going to try to complete the comeback for AllIn Inspiration. It's Sosa. And his opponent in the top, in teal 4, Lucky 13. Needs to win to stay alive. It's Crux. Alrighty. Potentially the last set of the eve. It's morning. It's afternoon. What am I talking about? It's 2 o'clock here. I cray. I'm not sure what it is over in Europe land. Well, actually, I think a lot of Lucky 13 is actually from Australia and Europe. I know Metalcore is, and he's their captain, so I think a good portion of their team is from like at least SEA server. So some of them will actually be around. It's actually a pretty early SCV. That's a very early SCV to be moving out. And looks like this might be 11-11, but it's immediately spotted. I guess Crux didn't care about looking at the Overlords. And that is a kind of a strange path. I think Sosa realized that this was kind of a possibility. And he's just going to send drones down to attack this. It's trying to be an attempted 2 racks here. It is going to be pool. Pool's going to get done. Second rack is going to be put away pretty far away from the first one, but there's 2 drones now. There's 2 drones down here to fight off these SCVs, and unless Crux wants to send more SCVs down to deal with this, he's going to have to kind of abandon ship maybe. He's still going to try to get one of these up at least, but it's going to be very, very difficult for him to do so. This first barracks was put down directly in the path of that Overlord. One SCV goes down, another SCV about to go down, and this looks like this game might be over before it even starts. 2 SCVs are going to move across the map to try to complete these off again, I guess, but I don't know why. At this point, you should probably just abandon. He can add in a command center at the moment. I'm not really certain why he's continuing with this. But I guess when you choose to do something, you're going to do it. This was Crux's map choice, so it's not surprising he wants to get something done. But he's going to lose an SCV that's building. And he's already lost 1 SCV. Oh goodness, this is not going well for him. Adding a barracks back at home, and he's still at 500 minerals. Adding another depot, because, okay. Alright. This drone didn't get a kill. 1 Marine is going to be coming out, but there's 2 Lings out already. What is this going to do? He's going to get a Ling out? Or he's going to get a Marine out? That's about it. This is about as poorly as this could have gone for Crux, sadly, but to give us credit, he's gonna stick in this. He's gonna do what he can. Command center is finished, or command center orbital command is coming in. You can immediately go into another CC. Marine microing as much as it can, but I don't think it even got any kills. Yeah, it didn't get any kills. So now Crux is sitting on 2 barracks, adding on 2 more. One of his barracks is floating around right now, and 1 Marine is popping out. Rough position for Crux to be in. Not all hope is lost just yet. His opponent could make some mistakes, for sure. But he's going to have to turn tail and go back home and make sure that he's safe for a while. Quick Bailey Bus could really pretty much finish this game off. It's actually speed is going to come out first for Sosa. And he's going to be content to stay home and drone for a little while, I guess. Even just attacking, despite the fact that there's a Marine here, he's going to be annoying and attack these depots. Force SCVs to come off the line to repair, and at this point in the game you really don't want to have to repair and lose any mining time, especially given how you started the game. So yeah, 3 barracks now are finished for Crux, so he's gonna have a good amount of Marines out pretty quickly, and he has 1 gas on the way as well, or 1 gas that's finished. So I don't know, you can make something happen here. Go for a combat shield push, something of that sort, but his opponent's gonna have speed and he can have a Bailey Nest pretty soon. Pretty much whenever he wants to have a Bailey Nest, he can have a Bailey Nest. He's actually going to go for a 3rd base. Looks like Sosa might go for a third base, knowing how far ahead he actually is. But going for a third base could actually be kind of dangerous, given his opponent isn't really going to be looking to expand super quickly. He's going to want to have probably combat shield, maybe stem. Not sure what's going to be coming out of here. Something will, though, eventually. I would kind of expect combat shield, so he could actually be able to pressure with combat shield and a lot of Marines. He's got a lot of Marines out, so that can work out for him still. He does have a second command center. He's only down 8 workers at the moment. I mean, he did force his opponent to make a lot of early lings, and most of those early lings have died. So it's just the worst of positions here. It's just a really kind of late, it's late everything right now for Crux. A lot later than he wants it to be. And actually, he's going for stem immediately, so he's trying to transition into a more of a normal game. But with the amount of queens already out, injects can be going in, and Sosa's going to have the opportunity to just drone up and get a lot of units off of 2.5 bases, really. This hatch will be done, and go for a really big baneling bust if he wants to. And there's going to be 2 bunkers finished here. Yeah, we'll have to see. There's still a chance that Crux can do some damage here. Engineering Bay on the way as well, with his stem and these bunkers. So if Sosa decides to send in a bunch of banelings and attacks something incorrectly or something and loses a lot of things, this could be a lot more close than it is currently. A lot closer. A lot more close isn't really correct English. Goodness gracious. No lair. Actually, lair is on the way. Never mind. Lair is on the way here. Actually, missile turrets coming up immediately. Not that much gas though, so they're not gonna be mutas for a little while. So he's safe, more or less, from that. He's pretty certain that's a possibility. So it's okay to add these on, as he is doing. And yeah, despite the opening, Crux is doing what he can to make this work for him. But he's sitting on just so low tech at the moment. I think factory is just not coming in. Scan sees really nothing. There's nothing that's been made there. The lair is finished, and there's just not been anything made. Centrifugal hooks are on the way. And factories are really long ways away, which means medevacs are really long ways away. So every time anything happens to Crux, it's going to be a permanent damage for a little while, at the very least. That was a queen with a lot of energy. I guess some queens had a lot of energy sitting around here for Sosa. Get that creep spread growing. No problem, no problem. Still no other choice besides getting a lot of banelings, speed the banelings in 1-1 for our Zerg player here. And that's really honestly all he probably needs to do. I mean, Crux could add on a bunch of bunkers, but he doesn't have the money to do so. He's still down in harvesters by quite a bit. +1 will finish, and combat shield and stem will probably be finished before any attack gets here. But it's the quality of attack, quality of life after the attack. Factory is finished, so starport could come in. Actually, he's going to go for another command center and another barracks. So still no starports. Actually adding in a couple more bunkers. Not sure if he caught wind of this happening. I guess he's just kind of assuming that his opponent is going to attack. Given how he opened, he's probably been expecting a large baneling attack for a long time, and it just hasn't come. So you may as well just prepare for it anyway. I mean, it kind of is coming. There are 44 lings in production right now. There's already a good amount of banelings out. There are already 8 banelings already out on the field. There's no spire on the way. There's no infestation pit on the way. There's no 4th base. So this is going to be a pretty massive attack from Sosa, and he's going to wait for 1-1 to do it. Once he has 1-1, I expect he will be going in with a lot of banelings, which he is doing here. Morphing in a good chunk more. Marine is going to come out here and catch wind of all this happening. So he's probably pretty happy. Actually, he got 2 banelings, maybe 1 baneling. He should be pretty happy with his setup right now, actually. This is actually, considering how this game started for him, he's transitioned pretty well. It's just, this is still going to be difficult to hold. Just the production capabilities of his opponent, comparative to his, at the moment, is daunting. There are no Widow Mines. He is trying to go in there and kill some Widow Mines. He kills off 2 bunkers with his first wave, which is nice. 1-1 has finished up, but these Marines do have +1 in combat shields, so they're not going to die that easily. Another bunker goes down. One bunker left, but there's not much left now. 99 supply to 63, and there's still just more and more units streaming in for a Zerg player, and he's gonna march his way to victory here. So, a good attempt, I suppose, at a 2 racks by Crux, but he immediately placed that down in front of an Overlord. Did not help things. More and more units are just dying. More and more units are streaming in. Zerglings for days. First 2 medevacs are finally going to be joining the fray, as well as some Marines, but really, we don't have much left. And these are 1-1. Surprised he didn't dance anything, so at least Sosa's not that BM. He's not going to dance. I would dance at this point. I mean, come on. You've won. So that's nicely done here. It's a nice scouting path by our Zerg player. Able to find that 2 racks in this position over here when he did, rather than going for the quicker Overlord to the main base. SFE's being pulled off the line, trying to do what they can, but Sosa now doubling his opponent's supply. I'm actually going to just go ahead and zoom out because you can see all that pink on the minimap. There's just a lot of pink everywhere. Crux doesn't want to leave, knowing that his team is going to lose the week based off of this. This is the ace set, and this is the best 3. Sosa already up 1 game. Looking like he's going to take the 2nd game, and indeed the series for All Inspiration. Eventually. Crux just reticent to get out. Actually, even lifting a CC. He's going to go land. Oh, goodness. This game is going to continue for a little while, it seems. Unnecessarily. But I guess more units are streaming out eventually. R22 larva available. Spire even on the way. I guess Sosa doesn't necessarily know if there's no base down here hidden or something. So, it's a possibility. But all the production has been killed off. Lings are just happily chewing away at everything. Factory gets lifted up as well. And CC, gonna drop. There's 2 Marines and a lot of medevacs. There's 2 Marines and 8 medevacs. Another base coming in here for Sosa. He already has another base coming in as well. And Ling's gonna pop in. If he lifts this base, I'm gonna be pretty upset. So everything is now dead for Crux. CC lifted off. Right. So when you do this, this is the point where I stop casting your game because you're being a dick. It's unnecessary. You've lost. Thank you. GG. GG. All Inspiration takes the series 5-4.